So long I've been absent from social commentary. So long I've been absent from public speaking. But based on what I see happening in Jamaica today, I thought it would be necessary and helpful for me to come and basically share some concerns, maybe some ideas with the public on how to move forward or how we can move forward in fixing some of Jamaica's major problems. Now, and I will, in fixing these problems, what I see happening in terms of the solutions, that the security system and the government and everybody I try to do in terms of them approach is it not gonna work. And why I say it not gonna work? State of emergency not gonna work. The method with them I use, right? Whatever methods them I use, unless it is a multifaceted approach to solving the problem, it not gonna work, right? And it leads me now to outline one of the solutions or one of the sources of solutions, because this thing is multidimensional, right? Now, one of the sources what people look forward to for solutions, we talk about the church, right? Religion, because of course Jamaica is known for having the most churches per capita, yeah, and we're in, we know that Jamaica is a Christian country, is dominated by church people, church goers, Christians, Christian um, people who profess to be Christian, all sorts of different religious people, right? Now, we understand by that a lot of persons gather at church on Sunday and on Sabbath and throughout days of the week. Now, the point I want to make is, and the first point I'm going to paint is, I wouldn't say that the church is failing. I would say that the church is dropping its guard, and they can do a lot more in helping Jamaica to heal from a lot of what is happening with the crime and the violence and the degradation in morality and generally the way the country are going right now, because it's not a good look. Now, I see, I always talk about this example where you have the church and people look to the church for solutions, right? Now, let's take it step by step. Focus on the youth, because I feel to say a major part of the problem where Jamaica undergo today is as a result of the way that people were brought up, youths were brought up, young men and young women were brought up, right, in the years that were until today. The church has a lot to do with this in terms of the role they play. Now, point number one, I believe that a church should have a system, right, where there is a census, yeah, when it comes to the youth, the young people of the church. There should be a census to say, okay, how many young people going to leave high school this year? Now, let's say we have a dozen young persons in the church who are going to leave high school this year. It says to me that we have 12 parents or guardian or whosoever is responsible for these young persons. That they may have 12 set of persons to see as the administrators, right? Where I have 12 persons who go and tell me, all right, what is the plan for your son or your daughter or your grand or your niece or your nephew, whosoever, right? What is the plan for this person as they graduate from high school? Every young person, it should be it should be mandated that every young people have a plan going forward, and that would be outlined to this system that would have been set up, this organization that would have been set up within each church, right? So, Mr. Sir, what is the plan for your son? Is it that him going to army, him going to police force, him going to maritime, him going to heart? You know, him go further studies, him go sixth form. But what I do not see this happening in the churches. I see it happening in some church, right? Because I will give credence to the Seventh-day Adventist institutions where there is more intervention in terms where education is concerned, where well-being is concerned, on the part of the young people and family by extension, right? But I believe that the churches on a whole can do a whole lot more, right? You don't have a system to say, boy, what this young man gonna do after him left school? What is the plan for him? A lot of persons not have no plan for them life. Not like them don't want to have. It's not every young man lazy. It's not every young man want to go to scamming. It's not every young man want to be unruly and fully done. So it's not every young man want to go that route there. But there are times when you have to understand forces, right? And the mind is a powerful thing, and everything on earth is controlled by two forces, positive and negative, and that's what give you electricity. That what give you, light energy, sound energy, negative charge, positive charge, zeros and one, binary code, one of two states, right? So if you have the kind of music and the kind of culture and the kind of discussions and the kind of settings that encourage run down hype car and material things and them things there. Easy go, easy come, easy living. You know what I mean? Go out and make that money no matter what you have to do. If you have that being preached in the minds of the youth, more and it's more dominant than do the right thing, stick to your morals and all of that, and have that persistent attitude that, yo, you're gonna go get it and you're gonna change some lives while changing your life, make things better for you and the persons around you. As opposed to, yo, go get it no matter what you have to do. If you have to, shoot down a little old lady or something, rob a handbag and them thing them, or rob some white people and them thing there. It's a total different message. So I am saying that if the church is supposed to be set as a moral institution, an institution promoting morals and values, it cannot be that we see it as norm to go to church every day and the primary focus is only on spirituality, and who get filled, filled with the Holy Spirit and speak in tongues, who are speaking tongues, and you know who have this position and who have that position. There has to be more to it than that. I'm asking the question, and I put a challenge to the church this today, right? Where are the intervention programs? Where are the seminars? Right? Where are the workshops? Where are the parenting workshops? Where are the parenting seminars? I mean, as I said before, we're seeing some of them, right? We're seeing them, but I believe that there can be more, right? We believe that there can be more. Where are they? You have a lot of persons in church, are undergoing some serious levels of depression, right? You're talking about young people, talking about big people, teenagers. Teenage life is one of the most stressful periods in anybody's life, right? Where you don't really know where you stand most of the time because you're under so many influences. I mean, there's so many sources of influence, right? You have nature within the body dictating, all right, some a whole heap of hormonal changes and so on. And you're wondering, how do I deal with this? You understand? Because so many things have changed. There are a lot of things changing around you. You need a support system who can tell you, and guide you along the path, you know. So when you have this one message, dominate the others, right? The message that rich quick, you see me, and take your money by gun, take your money and floss and hype and all them something. I mean, of course, it's nice to live lavish, but after that, then what? You understand? So you have to make the youth them know, so yo, there is more to do with your life than just live a joyful life and a life of pleasure, and you know what I mean? So I'm saying there is a whole lot more that is needed. And what I leave with you, I'm gonna do a follow up on this because there are several parts to it. But I am saying to the church, speaking to the church, no, there can be more in terms of interventions. How we deal with the young people of today, how we deal with families of today. I'm not seeing many marriage seminars, and too often I hear about wife being killed by a husband, and sometimes the husband them kill themselves afterwards. And I am saying to myself, had there been adequate interventions in these institutions, now we have to extend it. The church, not everybody got church, but you have to have intervention program, more intervention programs in the institutions where these people work. I mean, from time to time, maybe every quarter, and depending on the nature of your institution, you know, you can decide the best sequence in which to have these like seminars and things to spruce up people's life and to advise and to detect and deter these challenges that's happening. People have issues, people have marital issues, people have parenting issues. What kind of system is in place to deal with these, right? And that's why I'm saying, I mean, the church is one of the most dominant institutions in society, if not the biggest institution in society. So I am just pleading, we need some intervention, and by that I'll repeat, we can have more seminars, more workshop for the youth, for the young people, about all the different issues happening, right? Build these people, connect with Heart Trust NTA, connect with National Youth Service, connect with SDC, Social Development Commission, connect with the police youth clubs, right? And you balance everything, you balance the spirituality, you balance the morality and ethics and values, and you balance, even if you're spiritual and you don't have no work, you're unemployed and you're frustrated, you write 110 application letter, you still not get through with no job, you're gonna feel both time some temptation will come to you. So I'm saying, don't just look on one side of the thing. Balance the thing and look upon it from all angles. And we need to have more intervention. And that's what I will leave with us today. Right? This wasn't anything planned. Wasn't anything that was, say, all right, yeah, I'm going right down the script or anything. So basically, just expressing. But definitely I'll be organizing the thoughts and I will be coming to share with us, some of the moves we can make forward, and we can fix this thing. You understand? We don't have to stay so all the time. Jamaica reach a point where it make people wonder what go on next. Because, if within a few days so many things can happen to our country, you talk about, man breaking into a security company that should have been secure, that has no security. you know, that each time I mention that makes me laugh still. But breaking into a security company that had no security, right? And then the stage a movie, you had another episode of a movie being staged in Mapen. I don't know if it is an extension to the James Bond movie 007 that was done recently. I don't know if that was a part that they never tell about. And I mean all of these things, the man a kill woman, man a kill themselves, baby I'm a fine picnic, yeah, so and baby a drown and yo, what next, Dread? What next? So, Jamaica, we need to do what we have to do here. You see me? We need to do what we have to do. Church, for those who go to church, we don't need to do what we have to do. We understand, say spirituality is very important. And a lot of these things we wrestle not against flesh and blood, right? But principalities and powers, you know the whole maths. Right? So while you fight the principalities and powers, we have to get literal with the literal things them and spiritual with the spiritual things them. We can't just do spiritual and left literal or literal and left spiritual. See? So we have to balance the equation. That is the point I'm coming from. Alright, so may I come off, may I chat too long now. So anyway. He that have an ear, let him hear. If what I say make sense and who can act on it, let it be. Alright. Peace out.